Hello, welcome to Studio Nicole. I'm Nicole, and I'm so glad that you're here. I am very excited to jump back into this Cascade Journal. I've been working on it over the past week or two, and I am excited to keep working. I love what we've done so far, and I want to see, what else we can do. I have a few ideas, so I've gathered some supplies here today. I have these fancy scraps that I made a couple of weeks ago. There's a video that shows how I did these, but I really think that there's some potential here for some of these pages. So I pulled these out. I also went through my collage fodder bin. Um, Grab it here for you so you can see how I store this. It's just a plastic bin from the dollar store, and these little plastic ring bags. I don't know what you call them. And each one has either handmade ephemera or sometimes things that I've purchased or just other things that these are some tags that I've made. These are photo negatives, which I like to use. Actually, I might pull those out. So I feel like I could definitely use that. There's some tea bags, Polaroid photos, some watercolor here. Anyway, just a whole variety of stuff here. Some of these are things that I made. Some of them are things that I bought, what have you. So I pulled out a couple. I have this handy, first of all, it's right here to my left, but I also pulled out um, these are watercolor flowers on like brown craft paper. And then I guess I do have a few here. It looks like on, I don't know, like tissue paper or vellum. This looks really, really, maybe it's just regular paper and the watercolor just soaked through. So I do have some with a white background as well. So I've got some of those. And I have these, I don't quite know what to call them. I made a ton of these from leftovers at the retreat that I went to in May in Pennsylvania. So I was cutting hearts out of different papers to make something else that I'll show you in a minute. And these were the cutout pieces where I cut the hearts out. So then I glued them down onto a master board. And then some of them I've stitched around some of them. And then I cut them out into squares. Some of them are in tag shapes. So I just grabbed these. I have a whole I have a whole bunch of them, and the ones on the left are the ones that are kind of finished, and the ones on the right are unfinished. They are the cutout pieces that I haven't glued down onto anything yet. So this is another day. This is another project for another day. Yeah, maybe I'll videotape that when I do it, and you'll see how I made them all the way through. So I grabbed these out because the colors on some of these are perfect. I might pull that one specifically out. Although I don't know, there's so many that could work. That could work. This one could work. This blue could work. There's a light blue. Anyway. I pulled those. I just grabbed these photo negatives. I'm not sure if any of these will work in this because they're kind of big, but this is what I was cutting the hearts out for. And these are just a variety of cutout hearts from different papers. Some of them are hand painted paper, some of them are like scrapbook pages. I glued them onto a strip of paper and then I just ran them through the sewing machine and did a line of stitching across the front. So now I have these, heart strips. And I have several different ones. Some of them are very long, um, like a heart garland almost. So I have a whole bunch of these in different um, color palettes, different lengths, what have you. So I have these. And the final thing that I grabbed today was this, which is really just an old plastic binder. I think it was my son's at one point from school. I'm not even sure what it was. But in it, I have some, these are like trading card pockets from when he used to collect like Pokemon cards. So I borrowed some from him, or maybe I bought my own pack. I probably bought my own pack because I think his all have Pokemon cards in them. And I printed and cut out these little phrases on just on paper. They're just on printer paper. I did this in advance of I think I was teaching a class. And so I printed a ton of these and I sorted them into these little bins. I mean, not bins, pockets. And I took them in for the class so that people could choose like a phrase that they want to use. But I thought that there might be something in here. I really haven't, I don't pull these out very often, so I don't remember exactly. But I know that there are some really cool affirmations. Like this one says, "You are capable of amazing things. Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. You make the world special just by being in it." Um, so there are some great affirmations. And I thought that would fit kind of nicely with the theme that we've sort of come up with here. Good vibes. All of us are crazy good in one way or another. I am enough. Are you kind to yourself? So we have this theme of maybe self appreciation, kindness to yourself, and yeah, just like self affirmation. So I thought those words might be valuable. So that's what I have. I pulled out, hopefully, to make it a little bit um, quicker so that I'm not digging through all of my stash at every point. At least I have some things right at hand that I might be able to use. I do want some words on this page, but I'm going to wait until I find something really small. I want something really tiny there. I was thinking that I need something else here and I want something else here, but I haven't seen anything quite yet that is jumping out at me. So I'm going to just hold off on that and hopefully something will jump out at me. We'll see. This one I think is pretty good. The good vibes. Oh, let me bring this down a little. So this page just says good vibes and it has the embossed stamping. This page has this watercolor, like leaf botanical, and a little bit of a layered collage with some different fabric or ribbon and papers, and this part, which I like kind of as a focal point. I do still think that we could maybe put something here. Um, I wonder, I wonder if I could cut out something that's a little too big. That's kind of exactly sort of what I was thinking of. Something like that. It's too big. Hmm. Well, let's just see. Let's just give it. I like this. I don't want to cut it out if I'm not going to use it. Will I use this anywhere else, do you think? Hmm. I like it on this side better. I like that, how that sort of layers, but I don't know that I like the hummingbird in that space. I don't know. But I do like that there. Do I have another one? Let me do that. Here's what I like the calendar behind it, and I like this these, the holes where it was on the ring bound, the ring. Um, I don't want to cut that up if I'm not going to end up using it. So what I need to do is look. That one's not as clear. Maybe we'll just stamp another one somewhere. Let's do that. Maybe I'll just where am I putting this? Here. Okay. So like this, something like this color would be good. And then maybe I'll just stamp it. I'm going to pause you and go find that stamp and I'll be right back. Okay, so have I have the stamp and I've got some black ink and I'm gonna try just stamping it onto a different background and then maybe I'll cut that out and see how I like it. It did not come out as clear as it did on this. I wonder what was different about it. Maybe I just smushed it too much. I'm gonna try again. All right, second time's a charm. Now I have to find another. No, I like this one. It's got some silvery. No, because the silver isn't going to go well with the gold. What about this? Okay, that one turned out pretty well. Like that. Like it. I like it. Oh, you can't see it. It's a little off camera there. That one's better, right? I think that one works. So, put the stamp away. Okay. Okay. Now, let's cut this out. I don't know if there's enough of the pink. I guess there is around the legs. Trying to listen to me hum while I cut. That's probably not what you signed up for, huh? I probably should not do that. All right. So I don't know. Let's see if this was a complete mistake. Um, it's definitely too big, which is what I was kind of worried about. I was worried about it being too big. Or what if I run it across the edge of the page and kind of behind that flower? I like that. That kind of brings the two pages together. That's what I'm going to do. It's perfect. Okay. All right. That's what I've got here. And I really like that. I think that it kind of like I said, it holds the two pieces of the design together over this across the spine, like over this piece of washi. I like it. I still think it maybe needs words or maybe like a word, but I don't have anything yet. I haven't seen anything yet. I'm going to just keep an eye out. All right. After looking at this, there were two things that I wish I had done. One of them I still could do. But what I really wish, because remember I was talking in the last video about how I wish I could have some kind of like all of us are crazy, which starts out kind of unkind, but then we keep reading and we find out that it actually is like an affirmation. I like that the element of surprise when you keep reading. Rather than cover this up, I wish I had put these over here. So it said all of us are crazy, and then you realize that it continues on this side, and that would give it the break that it needs to contribute to the sense of surprise, but it would also be sort of seamless in terms of reading it. I did try to like peel this up to see if I could like peel it off and glue it down over there, and I cannot. It was tissue paper to begin with, so it's really not gonna I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Oh, I'm having better luck than I did. Now I've got this one at least. I've got another. All right, maybe I'll just keep trying to do this. I probably will either pause or speed you up so you don't have to watch me try to peel it. But I had better luck today. I tried to do this a little bit last night and it didn't work, but maybe I just wasn't being persistent enough. The other thing that I could do is look on the sheet where I got this to see if each saying repeats. Because if it's repeated, then I'd have a backup. Like if I peel this off and it tears and it's not unusable, at least I'll have a backup. So I might do that too. Anyway, I'll be back in just a minute. So I am back, and I did find that the phrase was repeated on this paper here at the top. All of us are crazy, and I cut out the other half of it. So I have the pieces. I have the pieces here on my desk, and I'm just going to glue them on this side instead of this side. I did try to peel them up, but because I knew I had replacements, I didn't try very hard to be neat about it. So now this is kind of torn off, which is something else that we'll just have to either cover up or fix in a minute. But that is a problem for future Nicole. Right now, I'm just going to glue down the other parts of this saying. These are all, what a mess I have made here. The Whoa, the background is going to make it a little bit hard to read, but I might outline it with the white. That was the other thing. When we first started this, when I first looked at this page, I said there were two things I wanted to do. The other one that I can still do is use the whiteout pen to sort of outline these so that they stand out. Oh, some weird shadow there. All of us are crazy. Good. I can't, I'm running into my here's crazy good in one way or another. Hopefully that connects and it reads the way that I want it to. I think it will take people a minute, maybe. I'm gonna just try to cover up these white smears and I'm gonna see if I just like smush on some Posca paint, if I can like obscure. I'm just kind of smearing it around a little bit. That worked pretty well. Um, I mean, you can still see kind of if you look close, but it's not as obvious. I also have this metallic marker, a little metallic. Ooh, that's really dark. Um, I'm just going to add some variation to this blue map because it's just really plain blue, like the map paper in the back. So I'm just going to add some color variation by smearing on that blue and kind of smushing it around like this. Smushing it with my fingers. Have like that dark heart in the middle of that and not smush that. I kind of like that. It just sort of highlights that heart on the page so it doesn't get lost. So you got heart here and heart here. Is that too much? Is that too, like, maybe it would be better if it were like smeary. Oh, now I can't smear it because it dried. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Fine, fine, fine. We live with the consequences of our actions. Or we decide to cover it up. You know, I'm not worried too much about it. I don't hate it, so I'm gonna leave it. But I am gonna use this whiteout marker, whiteout pen. I just need some blank paper. So here's a piece of scrap paper. Oh look, I just knocked stuff down. Fantastic. All right, so I got some whiteout marker. I'm just gonna go in the same way I did with the good vibes. And I'm just kind of highlighting along the bottom and the right hand side, just to make it stand out from the page a little bit more. And then I can do the same thing over here to help these words, um, to give them a little bit of contrast against the background. It also helps tie the words together from one side to the other side. It's still not ideal. It's hard to read. You have to kind of look at it and focus on it a little bit. But I think that's okay. I think you should have to work for your art a little bit. All right. I just think that the surprise of it, not I mean, it is a surprise, but like just changing the meaning of that phrase, which is pretty negative. Okay, so that page is done. What's next? What's next? What's next? I've got this. I like this. I don't want to do anything to this, but I do think I want something on this side. I just want to make sure that this is dry before okay. I do want something on this side over here. I don't know exactly what, but because I've got the blue of this leaf pattern, I thought I would look at the blue scraps. Um, and maybe I can do something like what I did here over here. Um, I do like that butterfly. I like, no, that's going to be too small and I don't want it to float in the middle of the page. Oh, I really like, no, the leaf is not going to go well with the other leaf. Do I want like a clock? I don't think that really fits with with any of it actually. What do we like? This has got a heart cut in it. It's got like a hole punched heart. I kind of like that because then the pink shows through and it kind of mimics what I have going on over here. Hmm. No, I don't like any of these stamped images. None of them are really jumping out at me except for this butterfly stamp, which is also pretty obscure and hard to see because it's on some metallic paint. So the background makes it hard to kind of make out the design of the butterfly. But we'll cut it out and we'll try it on the page and we'll see. All right, you never know. Sometimes things surprise me. Sometimes I don't think I'm going to like something and then I love it. I don't love it. I think if I needed to cut it out, I would have to be closer, but really I like this so much better. Honestly, I just do. Um, Maybe if I put this here like this, I could put a word across here or some words right here, and that would because this just feels sort of weird on the page. Actually, I'd love to stitch it. I'm gonna mess up the page behind if I stitch it though. I guess I could stitch it a stitch here and then um glue it. That's probably what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna do some stitching and yeah, okay. Pause while I grab my supplies so you don't have to watch, sit here with me while I like dig around through my whole craft room and get what I need. I'll be right back. I started on the back, so you won't see that first knot that I did, but I am going to tie it off on the front if I can get that knot to tighten. And I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off. Okay, so I'll put this back. Put this back. It actually usually lives in the other room. All right, so this is what I've got. I just have some stitching, and I'm gonna just glue this down so that it's right here on the page. I like that the gold with this clear pink over top of it really looks, right? It mimics the heart on this page, the color, but it's created in a very different way, and I just really like that. I don't think I want to glue the whole thing. I'm just gluing the top. I'm just gluing the top of this so that it can lift. So it could kind of, right, like the flap is like a flippy flap. If I don't know that anyone will lift it, right? We don't, but it can be lifted, and I like that interactivity. I've got this little thread kind of flipping off the side. It does come out. I don't know if I love that or if I want to try and train it kind of down. Kind of like it down. I don't want to glue it. Maybe I could just trim it so it's not so long. Maybe that'll work. Okay. I'm going to put just a dab of glue. I'm going to put just a dab of glue right by the knot, and then I'm going to just glue the knot like facing down. So the actual strings themselves are not glued down, but hopefully they'll kind of stay sort of in that direction instead of going out to the side. So I like that, sort of down, facing downward. And this can flip up, right? So we've got some interactivity. We're mimicking the heart. It's not like symmetrical. All right. The only other thing that I might be able to do would be to put a single word here. It would be like a book page, something cut out. But again, I don't have a word in mind, and I don't really want to spend the time today to go digging through all of those. So I'm going to call it and just move on. I do think that I want to put one of these on this page. I think that the bright color, the bright fluorescent paints will look really good against the black, and they'll pick up the fluorescent pink that's on the left-hand side as well, and they're a good size, I think, for this, right? So I know it doesn't look very vibrant on this one's in music paper. I kind of like that one. So far, that's the winner. This one's a tulip. It's a little bit bigger, but I don't like that shape as much on the page. This one is a more vibrant pink. It's smaller. I know. I wish that you guys could see the vibrancy. Like, it just doesn't come out in my in the video camera here. The colors just don't pop. I don't know what I need to do differently. Well. What should I do? No, I definitely think here's one on white. Oh, I kind of like the white. But I don't like the shape of that flower. What about this one? Here's one. All right, that's it. That's the one. I like the shape of the flower. I like it on the white cardstock, and I like this size on the page. Now, I don't want it to peek out, so I am going to make sure that it's over far enough. Do I want to layer it? I've got the paper, and I just have this piece of drywall tape. It's not stuck down very well, so I probably should do that. It was on something, when I was creating this, the book, the original pages in the book, and it kept coming off. And so I just grabbed it and stuck it down on this black page, and then I really liked it there, so I just left it. So I want it to stay. Oops. I've got this. I like that. Do I want to layer it with anything else is the question. Here's just a little blue scrap. I do kind of like that. It gives it a little bit more dimension. Got a blue scrap and I have like a pink scrap. If we do both, and these are really just scraps. I'm not even picking carefully what I want. So I want the blue and the pink. I do think I like that. I like them staggered. I want a little bit of space here between the scrap and the flower so that that can stand out against the black. But I think I like this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to think too hard about it. If I like it, go with it. I should probably be using the other glue actually. Because of the drywall tape, it's got some dimension to it, like it stands out from the page, so the glue stick is maybe not the best choice. I am winging this. I hope it's okay. All right. That looks good. I gotta remember to cap all my glue. I have a bad habit of leaving it uncapped on my desk and then I walk away and then I don't have any glue because everything is dried out. So, okay, I like how the stem bisects the colors. And so we have the pink on one side of the stem and the blue on the other side of the stem. I like that. This is heavy duty watercolor paper, and if I were going to try and put this across the spine, I might try to peel it so that it wasn't so thick. But because it's going on one side of the page by itself, I think it's fine to just use the thick watercolor paper. All right, I like this. I like it just like that. It's definitely going to take a minute to dry to stay on the page, but I like it. It definitely needs words. Maybe now is the time to pull this out because there's some room on the page to give us some pretty good, like we have some space. You are more than enough. Trust yourself. I do kind of like trust yourself. I don't know if we need the whole phrase, you know more than you think you do, but I kind of like just trust yourself. So right now that's standing out to me. I'm also looking at the size of these words. Some of these are going to be too big for this page. I don't want like this whole phrase, I think would just be too much, right? It's going to overpower the page. It doesn't fit well. I don't love it. So I'm looking for either short phrases or phrases that I can cut out. So for right now, fire in her soul and grace in her heart is a contender. And trust yourself. So right now, these are the two that I've got to choose from. What do we think? So I think I want to go with trust yourself because it's going to be smaller. And I can put it over these two scrappy pieces on the page. So I can put it, do I want it there? Oh, now I don't know because I don't know if I like that. All right, again, let's get it cut out. We'll see what we like. All right, I thought that I would like it there. so that it didn't take any attention away from the focal point, but I don't actually like it. It's really hard to see. You don't even pick up on those words. They just kind of melt into the background. So what about like this? Is that better? It is a little better. Down there at the bottom like that? It's a little better. I mean, what if they go over here and kind of come off of the scrap? That would make them stand out a little more on the page. What about that? So far, I'm kind of liking that the best. Trust yourself right there. Do you want to see like how it looks just sort of floating around up here? I don't like it. I like it better closer to the flower. It doesn't look as it looks like it's more connected. I actually think I am going to do that. I didn't think I would like it on the like based on the black, but I like it right there. So this is how I operate. I just go with my gut. What do I like? What do I not like? And then, you know how when you go to if you go to the eye doctors, and because I have glasses, so I've been going since I was in sixth grade, and they're like, do you like B or C better? Is B or C clearer? And then is C or D clearer? Um, D or B. They just keep going back and forth between two options. And then, like, once you say you like B better, then they compare B to something else. And then, once you decide you like those two things better. So that's kind of honestly, that is exactly how I operate. I'm like, do I like this or do I like this? And if I like one better than the other, then I just go with it. Oh, wait. I think I had it closer before. I'm going to move it down a little more on the page and try to wipe off all that glue. I don't want it really straight. I want it kind of crooked. All right. Kind of crooked and off center. Trust yourself. I like that. All right. So I'm going to call this page done. I don't know what I want to do over here yet. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Do I want to float the rest of these words on the page? I don't know. I could see it being a part of something that happens on this page, but I don't know what yet. So I'm just gonna like look. I've got a tiny little bit of glue stick on the corner. I'm just gonna stick that corner down so that it stays on this page. The next time I flip through it, I'll see it. If I want to use it, I can. If I don't want to use it, it'll be easy to just pull off and not use it, right? So this is my temporary solution when I'm not sure what I want to do in the future. I just stick it down temporarily and then I'll play with it the next time. So today, this is probably going to be it just for time. Once I edit this down, it'll be maybe a half an hour, 40 minutes long. So these are all the pages that we already had. We added the hummingbird. That's the word. We added the hummingbird to this page, and I like that. We moved the words from this side onto this side. They are harder to read, which makes them, I think you have to work a little bit harder to get the sentiment. Like otherwise you're stuck with this part of the word, but then there's a payoff if you keep working and you keep reading, right? So I like that. We added this little heart on the left-hand side, and I might do just a single word here, like not high tides, but just so you can see kind of what I'm thinking, like something like that right there. It wouldn't necessarily be any of those words, but oh, no, these are too big. Maybe grace, fire. I like fire better than grace. I don't know. I still want to use this. I might use this somewhere, but probably not here. We did this page, trust yourself. I like that little collage. Haven't done anything with that yet. I could do some more here. Eh, maybe the blues don't quite match. I think they look good on this page, though. I was really just thinking if I stapled this so that the edges stayed up, I could cover up this word too, and then it would be here. But then I would have a staple on this page, and I don't know if I want to cover anything up. Although I do have this washi tape that I stuck down. I could always put the washi over the, oh, I'm doing it. Let's do it right now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Um, all right. I just have my little stapler and it doesn't have any staples in it. Hi, yeah, yeah. So much for that. Oh, nothing's easy. Oh, that was my phone. Sorry about that. What color do I want the staple to be? I think I'm going to go with pink since the butterfly is black and blue. I'm going to go with pink. Pink staple. I'm going to put the staple right where the body would be on the butterfly. Oh, I love it. I can't really see well. It's right there. I like it. I like it. I like it. And then on this side, I can just move this little strip of paper up a little bit so that it covers the staple. It's not paper, it's washi tape. I'm sorry. I'm just moving it up a little bit to cover the staple. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I'm going to call that done. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of this page, but I like this little butterfly being on here. With his wings sticking up a little bit and his little staple body. So I'm going to call it. This is what we've done today, folks. I appreciate you joining me for this and following along through the process. I love to see your comments. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you would have done. Tell me what you have done. Yeah, just check in and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me. I hope you had a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.